Hey guys, welcome to my video on 95 tips from a Korean challenger player. This video is inspired by a post off Summoner School where the user pieholic translated tips to climb from a Korean challenger off of a Korean blog. Take into account that I did edit his translation into words of my own to make them easier to understand as well as update the outdated information. Also, I added some of my own tips and replaced some of his that were either very controversial or outdated. So keep in mind that not all the tips are actually from a Korean challenger, although most of them are. Some of them are just from me, a Grandmasters NA player. However, I left a link in the description for those of you that are interested in seeing the original post. Now, without further ado, 95 tips to climb from a Korean challenger. When jungling, watch to see when enemy laners move away from their lane towards you. This lets you know not to counter jungle if they are getting there first, and that there is a ward where you just moved. Number 2. Instead of watching your character auto-attack the jungle camp, look at your lanes instead to see what is gankable or about to get ganked. Number 3. When counter jungling for the enemy's jungle camps, but it is too risky to steal a camp because the enemy laners moved, use the time to drop a ward and leave as soon as possible. It makes it worth your time just from the vision you gained. Number 4. Ping more. A lot more. It's not only communicating basic information that your team needs to know, but it also keeps your teammates attentive to the game and what's going on. Number 5. When supporting and you get your wards, try to get vision around the map as well and not just in your lane. You can ward on your way to lane or when it is safe to roam. Number 6. If you're jungling and bought less than 3 control wards by the end of the game, it's a game you should lose. Buy control wards as a jungler. It's helpful for objective control and for ganking. Number 7. When you're mid lane, try to get your support or jungle to ward a bush on one side of the lane for you. Control ward the other side. Number 8. Your teammates aren't as bad as you claim. They're at your rank. Stop flaming them. Number 9. If you can't take insults without tilting, /mute all every game. This is League of Legends. It's toxic. Number 10. Junglers that jump over walls aren't good because they look cool doing parkour. They're good because they can escape after counter jungling. Number 11. Don't play Lee Sin because he's OP in your opinion. Ban him instead. Number 12. If the enemy jungler is Graves, Lee Sin, Amumu, etc., you can put a control ward in the bush right next to the wraiths. They don't go that way as they usually travel over the wall to get to the wraiths. Number 13. If you see the enemy jungler, check if he has red or blue buff. You can assume which camps he cleared or stole from that information. Number 14. A chilled out gold or plat player is better to play with than a toxic and prone to tilt diamond player. Number 15. Don't be AFK for the first minute of the game. Number 16. Invade if the enemy has little to no CC. Number 17. Diving turret is a gank too. Try to remember that is an option. Number 18. Try not to let the enemy see you use smite. Number 19. If you're mid and the enemy is a roaming style champion, put wards in their side of the lane and not just the side bushes. Number 20. When mid lane and it's time for blue, don't go to blue in plain vision. Go back away from the vision and then go to the blue buff. Number 21. If there is a lot of farm and you need to clear it before you go to get blue from your jungler, ask the jungler to wait for your clear. If there isn't that much farm, leave it and get the blue. Your jungler is also busy and his time is worth a bit of your farm. Number 22. When you're bot lane and low health and the enemy jungler comes to dive, just retreat to your inner turret. Living is better than the 3 caster minions that you're missing. Number 23. Top, mid, and jungle should not go blue trinket unless you are a champion that can steal dragon or baron like Xerath or Lux. Number 24. A support full build can include control wards. Number 25. When game time goes over 20 minutes, stop saying that you don't have item slots for a control ward. Sell that potion. Control wards are better than potions. Number 26. Supports shouldn't always initiate the team fights. Protect your AD carry. Your top and jungle can initiate for you. Number 27. No matter what the case, getting solo killed is your fault. Don't blame the jungle. Number 28. If you die, give yourself feedback. You need it more than your teammates. Number 29. A jungling route only exists when you average 4 CS per minute. 2 to 3 CS per minute means you're just walking around with no plan in mind. Number 30. If your teammate is fed, it doesn't mean that you are fed. Don't play like it. Number 31. If you lost 2 to 3 team fights one-sidedly, stop pinging to group mid. send the most mobile guy out to a side lane and have him split push. Number 32. As a split pusher, you should die only when 3 or more enemies come to get you, and die only after placing wards, knowing 3 are coming to get you, and pinging your team that you are about to die. Don't yell at your team to get objectives after you just died silently. Number 33. Don't play Yasuo. Number 34. When you pick Teemo, typing "I am not picking him to troll" can actually help your team's mentality. Number 35. It's usually better to play less mechanically demanding characters. There's a lot of easy, fun, and strong characters. If you're playing champions like Riven, Zed, and Yasuo, you're basically handicapping yourself if you're anything below Platinum. Number 36. When AD carry, think of the skills you can get hit by and the skills you shouldn't get hit by. Don't use Sivir Spell Shield on an Ezreal Q just to get hit by a Malphite ult. Dodge what you need to dodge, and get hit by only what you can take. Number 37. Again, when AD carry, think of when and what you need to contribute to the team fight. Look at who the team is focusing, and realize that sometimes it's better to help your team with who they're focusing, rather than fighting your own mini battles with their frontline. Number 38. Early game, when you get the bottom tower first, either aim to get dragon or roam into another lane for the next turret. Number 39. When roaming to another lane as bot lane, make sure to get good vision and play around your jungler. Number 40. Support after laning phase is basically a jungler with Sightstone. Follow your jungler around when your AD carry doesn't need you. When your support and all charges on your support item are used up, if there isn't anything going on, go back and recharge them. Number 42. When you're supporting, other than the early game, you should always have 1 or 2 control wards in your inventory. If you have 60 gold after backing, don't buy a health potion, wait and buy a control ward. Number 43. Always look at the minimap before engaging on the enemy. Number 44. When jungling, don't steal mid lane's XP by standing at the inner wall of the Wraith Pit. Let your mid know if you did, so they aren't caught off guard by the XP difference. Number 45. When jungling, even if the mid lane sucks, unless he is purposely feeding or trolling, give him the blue buff. Number 46. When jungling, don't call your mid to get blue buff when he is trying to clear a big wave of farm. Get your other camps first. Number 47. Top isn't determined by the better jungle. The jungle's strength is determined based off which top lane is an easier gank target. If you're a good top laner, you should feel a gank even if the bushes aren't warded. Number 48. When supporting and your team is doing dragon but will have to fight afterwards, tank it until you are half HP. Don't start a team fight when your jungler is low. Number 49. If the enemy has good wave clear, don't group mid. Number 50. Leave 1 creep behind when counter jungling. Number 51. If you can memorize counter jungled camps timings, take them again. Number 52. The scuttle crab runs away from the direction you are hitting it. If you're looking to gank top, hit it from below. It saves time. Number 53. When jungling, just because a lane is pushed doesn't mean it's good to gank. Especially in the early game, if there's a bunch of minions piled up, it's basically like a 2v2. Number 54. If your laner is farming under tower, he can't help you with your gank. Number 55. When jungle, if your ally gets ganked and died, don't be mad. Just be briefed on the spell situation. If the enemy used flash to kill, try ganking him next time. Even better if your ally kept flash. Number 56. When jungle, drop whatever camp you're clearing and go help if you're needed. Number 57. When ganking, wait until the laner you're ganking uses his skills and then surprise him. Number 58. When using ZZ Rot Portal, place it a minute before you go for an objective on the opposite side of the map. Number 59. You can use teleport and then cancel it to save teammates' lives. Number 60. Don't hit vision plants for no reason. Number 61. If your jungler ganked a lane and you don't see the other jungler there, he's probably looking at your lane. Number 62. It's better for team morale to be you low in farm rather than you having deaths. Number 63. Ping with the basic hidden ping, so you can deny if you're the one that called the bad shot. Kappa. Number 64. When jungle, the end of your route is a rift scuttler. Secure it and then go home. Number 65. Don't kill the blast cone on your side of the jungle. It's a ganking route. Number 66. If you have sufficient vision, it's important to tempt the enemy jungler to gank your lane as well. Just don't die. Waste their time. Number 67. Trading in lane doesn't mean you swing your swords at each other until the one who hit first wins. It means you hit twice for every hit you take. If you see the enemy use a skill on the farm, go in, use yours on him, and then go out. Number 68. Blue team's blue time is red team's dragon time. red team's blue time is blue team's 3-man dive top time. Number 69. If you're blue team bottom, control ward the tribush. You'll get more ganks if you do. Number 70. In the simplest form of wave control, you can control the lane flow based off the caster minion numbers. Number 71. When top lane, if the enemy jungle seems to be camping you, it means that you're an easy gank. Number 72. Buy an elixir before the game deciding team fight. 500 extra gold is useless when the nexus goes down. If you have item slots over, buy even a ruby crystal. Number 73. After a gank succeeds, if the enemy has more minions, you don't have to push the lane. Number 74. One jungle camp is better than a shitty gank. Number 75. Jungle is also a type of lane. Knowing the position of the enemy jungle, the level difference, and getting farm is the biggest priority. If you focus only on ganking and killing, you'll lose. Number 77. When jungle and your laner dies, gets a kill, or survives a gank, check the summoner spells used. Check your laners with the tab key. Number 78. When jungle, your roots should be planned each time you back. The game changes every minute. Number 79. Make sure your ward trinket never has both charges. Number 80. When jungle, people are more chill with you pushing their lanes if you tell them you're going to do it before you actually do it. Number 81. If you can't watch your map properly, focus working on that before anything else. Number 82. If you see the enemy jungle, ping him. If you didn't see him because you weren't looking at the minimap, go back to the last step. Number 83. When jungle and your top laner gets ganked, dies, and then teleports back to lane, go help him survive the gank that's about to happen in the next minute or so. Number 84. When jungle and you gank top and killed him and then he TPs back to lane, go gank him again. His jungle probably won't come to help if you're below platinum. Number 85. If you find it hard to counter jungle, ward the enemy's wraiths and wolves. Number 86. When jungle and the enemy support is playing a squishy support with low mobility, you should probably gank them. Number 87. Know how much your smite does. Number 89. When jungle, walk up without using your non-target CC such as a Mumu Bandage or Release Cocoon. The enemy will try to sidestep and use flash as you get closer. Use it after the enemy flashes. Number 90. When Lee Sin, don't kick the Amumu Malphite Cannon into your team. Number 91. When jungle and you hear top no flash, mid no flash, bot no flash, and you don't gank in the next 5 minutes, you suck. Number 92. When jungle, get control wards and try to solo the dragon early if you can. It's usually uncontested and unexpected. Number 93. The mid with blue usually wins the lane. If you don't get your second blue within 2 minutes and you still don't give it to the lane, you suck. Number 94. When jungle, give blue to your mid laner ASAP. And when the enemy mid goes to get his, take your mid laner and roam with them. Number 95. As a jungler, you need to know how to roam with your mid and your support. That's it, folks. 95 tips to climb from a Korean challenger, edited by yours truly. Now, I did watch the video again afterwards and I realized that I skipped some numbers. I'm really sorry about that. I'll cry about it at night, but I really don't feel like editing and re-commentating everything, so I'm just going to leave it. You're going to have to deal with it. I hope you learned something. If you have any feedback or questions, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as you can. If I talk too fast, it's because I like keeping my videos short. We're almost halfway to getting partners, so if you haven't subscribed yet, think about it. Thanks for watching. Best of luck on the rift.